Hi, everybody. Welcome to our field trip today. Guess where I am? I'm home. I'm going to be walking into my craft room. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view of what it looks like. So come on in, everybody. If you're watching this and you don't see that red light button in the corner, that means you're watching on the replay. And if you are, if you could just put in the comments, #replay, so I know you're watching and I can say hello to you. All right. So this is the door I go in before I come on my craft around the clock lives. So let's get going, guys. All right. So here we go. And actually, I am upstairs. This is a spare bedroom in my home. All right. So here's where the magic happens, ladies. Here it is. Here it is. All right, there's our Christmas tree. There's all the lighting. All right, let me take you in here and let me show you some things that I use to store my stuff with and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not seeing any comments again. Yikes. This is not going to be good. I didn't see comments last time I was here. Terry's here. Yeah, I see comments. Hello, Terry. Thank you. I thought I was going to not see comments again. All right, ladies. So anyway, there's my desk, but I'll start from over here. Now I got my light turned over here so you guys can see a little better. Okay. So as you walk in, this was a bedroom and this was a closet. So what I did was I took the doors. And you see, we took the doors off the closet. And this way I can store all my stuff in here and I could see it right away without having to open and close the doors. Because I don't have to shut the doors for a mess because nobody comes in here but me. Hello, Susan and Jacqueline and Patricia. How are you? All right, so let's begin here. Let me just show you real quick. This is where I keep most of my paint supplies. Let's see what we got here. We got some paint couture. Over here, this is where I come and pick out the color paints I use, and it's usually Italian ivory. So anyway, there are my paint couture paints. There we go. And let's see what else we got here. So this is all paint couture, guys. And now we're heading into Pentart. All right. All this is the Pentart waxes. And I got some Tim Holtz, some Distress Oxides down there. And here in this corner are all Pentart products. We got the Stone Effect paste and the glazes and the decoupage glue, the shimmer glaze. You know, we love that. And for this winter, the Snow Crystal paste. Loving all of that. And these are just acrylic floating shelves that they use in the nail salons to put nail polish on. So that's what these are right here. These are these are smaller. Can you see? It's about an inch, maybe about an inch and a half. And those you can find on Amazon. And those are for nail polish on Amazon. And then these other shelves, the bigger shelves, they're acrylic. These are them right there. I ordered them from Amazon and they store the paints really well. All right. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, look at that. We got, let's see, there's a box that says Tim Holtz, Christmas balls, transfers. That's where I store all my little pieces of transfer. Got a lot of Christmas up there. There's the snow. We got some buffalo snow. And then over here, we have just some of the ribbons. Okay. So you see there's a box that they got the fall. Ooh, there's some right there. That is patriotic. I think I got to take that down. There's some more fall. There's my seam crinkle ribbon that I love. And then here, stuck in the corner, you got to make do with all your space, is where I keep some of my florals that I need. So very nice, very nice. Guys, if you're here, hopefully there's more. I could see comments. Hey, Susan. And then I have down here some trays to make projects with and all that. And then I have another stand. This is a portable stand that I use if I got to go into my kitchen, if we're going to do some cooking in the kitchen with you guys, or if I got to do a video someplace else. This I take and I just, it's just easy to carry with me. There we go. This furniture right here, I just got from IKEA. That's what this stuff is. Oh yeah, here we go. So we got these two IKEA pieces right here. And these I just keep, here's all my knickknacks right in there. That's just, all the little doodads that you need. And then here is my IOD stamps. These are my IOD stamps. This is Essential Stencils Transfers. This is Decoupage Queens decoupage paper, and Decoupage Queens, the longer papers. All right. And then here, the same thing. I got all my stamping stuff, my letters, just little odds and ends that you can stamp with. Here's some more letters, just like that. And this is just, you got a junk drawer. Well, this is basically like my junk drawer. I don't know. And this here and all these here are all Essential Stencils. Look at that. I got some new ones to show you, ladies. These are all Essential Stencils right there. But these are great from IKEA, guys. I don't know if you have an IKEA by you, because of the width of them, you can store some of your longer pieces there. So anyway, but I think, ladies, I can't see comments again from you. They closed again. So anyway, here we go. And then these are my little carts that I get from Michael's. Right now, let's see. This side here is all my. This is for when I do acrylics. These are all little things that I use. These are little tape. This is like little doodads, right? Just little doodads. I got my frames right here. My little bells and stars. These are all little doodads that you can put on projects. This is where I keep all my little teeny flowers that I use for projects. And then these two bottom here, those are molds that I have used. And then can I tell you, this is my favorite one, guys. Let me show you. This is my favorite one. You ladies know I love lace. Look, my lace drawer. We made this on a live. This is a little purse. How cute. But this is my favorite, the top drawer right here. It's got all the gorgeous appliques. Look at this one. I just got this one not too long ago. Oh my gosh, look at this, ladies. Look at that. Look at the sparkle on that. Oh my gosh, isn't it beautiful? These are all appliques in this one, or some really pretty, look at that. Oh, can you see the sparkle on there? I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are all appliques and sparkle stuff. So pretty. And then all the rest these are like different color laces right here. This is all like multicolored laces. I try to keep them by the size, the smaller size, the larger size. Here we go. These are about the inch thick lace. And this is the wider lace right here. And then on the bottom is where I keep the really, really larger lace. All right. So seems like, guys, I can't see your comments. So I definitely can't. Again, All right. So here we go. If you place an order with me, your postage tag comes right out there. There we go. Your mailing label comes out right there. And then this whole container right here is where I keep all my paper stuff, right? All things that I have printed out. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Look at this tea thing. These are all my printables. These are all printable stuff. Everything that I've printed out. That's what I keep in here. All printables. Look, Grandma's purse is in there. And then all my paper stuff. Okay, so here's all my little doodads. All right. Paper stuff. See all that? And so on and so on and so forth. So that's what that is. All right. So that's how you come in. Oh, and there's my clock. And that's where I see, how much time do I have left on Craft Around the Clock? How much further can I go? All right. And then I have this old armoire. This used to be my son's room, guys. This was his baby room. And this was an armoire that was in a nautical theme. And I repainted it. And now, and we just left it in here, and I keep it for all my stuff. All right. So here's my tripod. And this is where my phone connects to you guys right here. I needed to lift it up a little bit. So this is IOD molds in there. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me see. here we have my iPad. Maybe I can see comments on here. Hold on, ladies. Oh, let me go. Let me see. Let me see if it's showing me that. Look at that. Maybe I could see you on here. Oh, there we go. I can see you people now. Terry says, I love your craft room. Thank you, ladies. Alice, love your craft space. So well and organized. Here, I might have to carry this around with me, guys, so I can see your comments. All right, so let me just show you what I store in here. Okay. This is all, it's like a Mod Podge and stuff. This is all totally dazzled, guys. This is all totally dazzled, like little brooches and stuff like that. Okay. This is all like resins, fine line crackle, my craft resin here. More pixie spray, my glues, my gloves. This is Fast and Furious spackle. And then here is all old, retired, redesigned with Prima transfers. This is like the transfer graveyard. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else you would call it. The transfer graveyard. Isn't that crazy? So sometimes I'll go in here, and if I just need a little flour, a little something, I'll kind of go through all this mess here, and I might find a little something to put on a project. And I'll show you something that I did find something in there one day. But anyway, so that's what is in there. And then in the bottom right here, these two drawers, I have napkins. So my napkins are on there. And guys, I don't want to get up. If I get down there, I don't know if I'll ever get back. So over there is napkins. Thanks. Thank you, Joanne. I appreciate it. All right. And then let's move on to here. You know, it's the space is not that big, guys. If you can see, I mean, I don't have that much space. I have this little small pathway here, but I make it work. I make it work. All right. And this is all my ribbons. This is where I keep all that kind of stuff. This is just a shoe rack. And then I try to keep like spring and summer on one side, and then on the other side, the fall and winter. So this way, when the time comes, and then I just turn it around. So that's my ribbon rack. And here is another one of these containers from Michael's. And this is where I have redesigned with Prima, like molds and stuff like that. So I don't have a big space, guys. And you know, I carry all this redesigned with Prima stuff. I'm a retailer for them. So I find space wherever. Okay, so let's keep going. And there's one of my windows. So this is why I say, oh my gosh, it is windy out. I can see right from my window. All right, so there we go. Let's see what we have now. This is all material. All material here. And look at that. Ask me why I thought that I would need this much of this material. I will never use this much in a lifetime. So I don't know. I might be having some kind of a material special at the holidays for that, because I don't know what I'll ever do with all that, but it was a great price. Let's see. English Cottage. Hello, Mary Schneider. All right. And then this is my desk from IKEA. I had all intents purposes of putting a chair here and my computer and all that stuff. Well, that never happened. So now this is where I have my TV, who doesn't even work. I got to get out of here. This is my brother computer, my brother printer. I should say my brother printer. That's the printer that I like. And then here is now this was all white, guys. Look, all I did was, that was just like the other IKEA drawers, but then I just decoupaged it because, you know, I had to make it fancy. So this is my, all my paper. If you place an order, this is where I go to get the bags, you know, to put my orders out. And I got my bubble wrap, all that. Ooh. Sorry guys if I'm making you dizzy. And the same thing over here. This is if I need to nail something to the wall, or if I need another surge protector, who knows. And these are all my papers for my brother printer. These are my cardstock papers that I put in here. And tape that if I ever need, when you're doing stenciling, you need your tape on there. So you remember when I decoupaged that desk, Susan? Yeah. All right. And then I just have this little metal thing here where I just keep all my doodads. I just keep pretty things out there. It's nice to look at. Some of my favorite things that I've done. These little decoupage hearts. I always love them with that little, the Easter egg. So after I take it off my tree, I always put it back up there. I just put some pretty things there. And a beautiful mug I got from one of our fancy friends. And I have brushes like that. And this here is where I keep all the papers for everybody who placed an order. And then this is all stuff that I need to take pictures of that we have done in my membership group, the Fancy Clubhouse. We did these the other day. Aren't they pretty? Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? They are pin cushions. And I think they came out so pretty. We had a fun time making these. Look at these pin cushions. Aren't they cute? And then we actually even made the pins that go inside of them. These came out so super pretty. I love with all the lace and the appliques on there with the little pretty little feet. They came out pretty. All right. And then look at this rug I love. One of our fancy friends made this rug for me. And I just love it. Isn't it beautiful? She's so talented. So talented. All right. So let's go. All right, so we're moving on. Listen, I got a lot of stuff in a small space, guys. So, and this is what it looks like every day. I didn't do anything to it except for maybe move my iced tea cups in the garbage. All right, so in here is just this is like a tier junk drawer. All right, you got my glue sticks in there. But I know where everything is. I mean, here's all my essential stencil brushes, my little pouncers. Down here are, like little faux apple slices. I got my solo wood flowers down there. So that's what's all in these things right there. And then, ladies who are in my membership group, can you see why I didn't have them come and wash the windows in here? I'd have to move all this stuff out of the way of the windows. Now, this is where I keep all stuff where I'm going to be on Craft Around the Clock today. What can I create? So I might come in here and let's see, what do I got? Look at this pretty tea kettle or coffee pot thing. I got some wood boxes. I got this paper mache little purse, a book, some little trays, hearts. So this is, my sister brought this over the other day. Kim, I know you can make something out of that. Yep, I probably can. A little picture frame. So that's sort of where I go when I know that I have to create something. So anyway, and then one more drawer for things right here. Now, guys, this might look familiar to you right here. If you ever see, sometimes I post pictures. I should get better at it. But does that look familiar? So this is my little staging studio, my photography studio right here. And because the light I get light that comes right in here at a certain time of day, you get good photos. So I put this here. We did this in the Clubhouse the other day, and I wanted to take a photo of it. But this is my little staging area. See, look if I took a picture of that. How pretty, right? Look at that. You would never know. That's what it looks like. Guys, I'm letting out all my secrets. So that is my staging area. That's all it is, guys. So you can make do. If this is a small little room and you say you don't have a good staging area, look, put something on a tabletop, an old frame. That's it. And then sometimes I use this also for a backdrop. This is I got this at a flea market, I think it was. And these are all broken, but that's okay because it makes a good, see, right? Makes a good backdrop. There we go. All right. Then I have this cart right here. This is cart I keep close to me because this is the stuff I use a lot. My waxes, my paints, things like that. And then this is a cart too that I keep close to me. And we're going to get into where I sit. Now, here we go. There's my backdrop, ladies, my new backdrop. I know you guys all have seen it. And it's easy. I'm showing you all my tips. Look, it's only up there with tape. That's all it is. It's up there with tape, but you would never know. You would never know. Never know. I said, when Tracy was telling us, do we like to do this? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to show them behind the scenes. They'll be like, oh my gosh, that's what it looks like behind the scenes. Hello, Kim. How are you? Thank you, Eileen. All right. So when I come to do a live, guys, this is where I am. All right. There's our tree. There is the seat I sit in, just like that. And this is what my desk looks like right here. This is exactly how I left it when I was on with my membership group yesterday. And we're going to be working on this on Tuesday. And we were working on this basket that we finished. And this is my desk. Now this is Harbor Freight, guys. This is a workbench from Harbor Freight. And it really works well. I can't even tell you how many years ago I got it, but it's really a nice size. And let me show you the drawers. All right. And then I just put little things in here. So if I'm coming in here to get something, you know, my distressed inks, my little stirrers, my glue sticks, my little thing to do your decoupage with. And if Pam is on here, my knife. All right. And then in here, this drawer, I keep the inks that I use the most of right here. And my sanders right there. But I keep everything in little Tupperware containers right there. So it's not all just combobbled, if that makes sense. All right. And then here on this other drawer, tape, masking tape, my little stapler to staple my transfers together if I have a little piece, some more of these, my little pieces of stamps that I use a lot of if I want to do crackle or if I want to make it look like, you know, like brick. Okay. Most importantly, you got your glue sticks, you got your masking tape right there. And then here, if I'm doing some florals and I have to cut my florals, I got my pins here, all my different glues that I might need, B7000, Gorilla Glue, some more archival inks right there, the colors that I use the most of. And then on the bottom here is spray white glass cleaner. I have right here, this is for, it's a piece of glass that you buy for your computer tables, guys, and it works really well. So if you put something underneath, then you can switch it out for all the different holidays or whatever, the different seasons, right? So I just lift this up. In the fall, I'll change this over to something else. But for now, we got the pretty cabbage roses, and then all you have to do is wipe it down with your glass cleaner. All right, and I got my buttons, because you always need buttons. You never know, right? You always need a button for something. And then here is where didn't clean out my garbage, guys. This is where I keep all my ribbons when I just have to put a ribbon on something real quick. So here's some ribbons. And this I switch out for the time of year too. I always have my lace. All right. So, but this is, can you see it? That's with the pinks and stuff. That's for this time of year. This is my Sari silk, and that is seam crinkle ribbon. And I switch them out for the different seasons. And then pan over here. And I have this closest to me because this is what I use constantly, guys. This is what I use constantly. You know, you've got, you know, my Pentart Extreme Guard top coats, my Italian ivory when I am drawing something, I put it in here because it's metal, so it won't burn anything. And this is all the stuff that I use pretty much, my pixie spray and my coffee stuff like that, right? And then on the bottom there is my twine and different other things that I use, my diamond dust, my crackle medium, and all that kind of things like that. So that is it. So if I'm sitting here, guys, this is what I see right there. So when I'm on a live right here, that's where my phone is kept, and that's what I see looking out to you guys. So that is my craft room, and there's my tree right there, ready for the patriotic season, which is upon us now. So that is it. This is my little craft room. It looks bigger on the camera, but it's not that big. But I make it work. And this is what I see every day when I come into my craft room. And there you go. And there's a new backdrop. See? Please, whatever I say here stays here. Don't tell anybody that I tape it to my walls. Don't let out my secret. Do not let out my secret. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. And of course, when I painted it, my favorite color is pink. So I had to paint my room pink because that is my favorite color. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of my craft room, ladies. This is it. This is where the magic happens. When Craft Around the Clock is. Let me turn this around. It's hurting my eyeballs. There we go. And those are the lights that I use. And I have everything on it on one strip. So when I plug it into the wall, all the lights light up automatically. 1, 2, 3. And then I just go and I stick my camera right in there. And I am ready for you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can see your comments again. Sorry, ladies, on my phone, it wasn't showing the comments. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I've been enjoying seeing all of the other crafters' rooms. It was so much fun. And I know there's another crafter room coming on right after me. So I'm going to go join her also and see if I can get some more tips and tricks of organization. So thanks, everybody, for joining me today. This was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you back here on Craft Around the Clock. I believe it's Monday. So Monday, I will see you again. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Enjoy this fun Friday on Craft Around the Clock. And remember, if you don't belong to Craft Around the Clock, all you have to do is go to the link above, hit Craft Around the Clock, and our fancy leader, Tracy Campbell, will make you a member. All right, everybody. Have a blessed day and a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.